Good morning. Good morning. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? The market making a huge move overnight here. Just getting it started. It sorry, a little late there. My computer just did not want to get going this morning. Let's go. All right. All right. Looking here at the charts. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do you guys already know we got? We already got one very important thing to think about. The big old gap on the chart here. Got a big old gap on that QQQ chart today. We'll see what happens. The market at the 321 level on the QQQ. Obviously the SPY, the ES, the Nasdaq, both all, well, the SPY, the QQQ gapping up today. So going into open here, let's see what we got pivot point wise. We got the pivot points on the ES at the 4,188.75 level. To the upside, 4,201. 4,200. It's like that number. It means something. Maybe that number means something. 4,201 pivot point there on the ES right now, pulling back here into this kind of support area at the 4,191. And yeah, it's a big move up this morning or overnight. Literally a massive move overnight from the 72s up there to the 94s. I guess it's not that big of a move. For some, yeah, it looks a lot bigger, but it really isn't that big because that was the end of day yesterday, that rally at the end of the day. But in general, still a pretty big move overnight. We will be opening up with that gap. The gap on the QQQ down there at the 318 level. We closed yesterday at 318. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. Just getting it going, baby. All we got to do is just sit back and wait and watch and make some money. It's like that simple. It's that simple, right? It's that simple. Looking here at the Nasdaq right now, I got the 13,000, 13,280 area right now. We pushed up to that 13,300 area. That's kind of look. There's not much there's that mental resistance there, but after that, there's like 350 to the upside. We got the pivot point as well on the Nasdaq right now. There's a pivot point at this 13,301. So there is a pivot point right there at the 13,301 on the Nasdaq. We're kind of pulling back here into this 271 area right now. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We had a couple of little signals firing off there, but I think the best thing to do right now is just kind of sit back and wait and watch. You saw some of the signals earlier today. Look at this breakout from the 242s up there to the 282s, 40 points. This one right here breaking out. Another just like kind of straight up breakout there as well. And yeah, probably like 3 or 4 breakouts here this morning on the indicator, pumping out the, look at this, from the 80s. I mean, there's some pretty, I mean, look at that, those setups there. That's one. That's from the 91s to the 33s there, popping up from the 241s up there to the 81s. Another breakout there, 65. So already the market kind of putting out some big moves this morning. Let's see what happens on the open here. Like I said, opening up with a big old gap. The VWAP down there at the 241s. We got that pivot point at the 244s. Pivot point at the 244s. We got the VWAP at the 241s right now here on the Nasdaq. So we'll see how this kind of plays out once the market opens. You got about 6 minutes till the market opens. No rush right now, like always. Just sitting back, waiting and watching. On the book map right now, 278 there on liquidity, and that 13,300 area, pretty heavy up there. 87 contracts there on the ES right now. On the Nasdaq, or on the Nasdaq, and then this is the ES. The ES, a lot of liquidity sitting there at the 95s, and then I would also that 4,200 area there on the ES right now. So ES got support there, 91 and 90 right now, going into open, that 95 and 99 area up there. So yeah, baby, I'm out of breath already. We're partying. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, you know what to do. Like it, like a button. So this baby. You got 5 minutes till the market opens here. Getting ready. Right now, below the 21 here on the 1 minute chart, the MACD kind of chopping around here. And on the 3 minute chart, you can see we're kind of bounce around here at the 272 area. Is there still enough gas for this to go higher? I mean, the market's only up 0.67%. We know that pivot point's right there at the 13,300. So well, let's see what happens here at open. Like I said, we will be opening up with a big old gap. Big old gap there on the QQQ. Is YouTube shadow banning me? Probably. They want to keep me down. They don't want you guys winning. You know, they don't want you to win. They want you to keep you down. Gotta fight for your right around here. Fight for your right to make some money. So again, like I said, on the 15-minute chart here, the Nasdaq pulling back. We got this kind of big order block area, this consolidation there from 5:30 till about 7:30. It's about 2-hour consolidation here from the 270 to 260 area on the Nasdaq right now. So thinking possibly got to pull back into there and then try to find some support there again. On the ES, you got that pivot point there at the 88s and then the pivot point up there at the 201s. You know those pivot points love to get touched. So let's see what happens here. On the book map right now, like I said, Nasdaq got a bunch of liquidity up there at the 13,300. 13,300. After that 13,300 area, you got like the pivot all the way up there at the 384 area. So if we just keep melting higher today, just going higher and higher, the shorts, it really just all depends on how stubborn do the shorts want to be. You know, if the shorts just want to just be absolutely obliterated and they just keep on aggressively shorting, well, we'll just keep on squeezing. So if you guys haven't already hit that like button, let me know. Kevin Jordan, the M and Q, yeah. So the NQ definitely is, there's less liquidity like we talked about before. The Nasdaq's definitely more whippy up and down. But I think when the Nasdaq's trending and the Nasdaq's moving, you get some really quick, powerful moves. You gotta really be careful with the Nasdaq because when it starts chopping, it really starts chopping. So it's just, I think for the Nasdaq, you really just got to wait for those setups. You got to wait for the best setups and then take those breakouts. And yeah, 2 minutes till the market opens up here. Nasdaq 277 right now. The ES here at the 92s. Like I said, we will be opening up with a gap in the chart on the QQQ. So there's always a possibility of filling the gap to the downside here. We do have kind of a fair value gap as well on the 15-minute chart all the way down there at the 13,209 area on the Nasdaq. And getting ready for the market open here. You can see right now on this 15-minute chart, pretty much all the way down here, this big old fair value gap. And that's where we closed at on Monday. Or wait, that's not where we closed at. We closed at all the way down here actually at the 89. So if we fill the gap today, it would be a move all the way back down there to the 13,200 area on the Nasdaq here, right in the middle of that fair value gap, basically. So let's see what happens. We got about 1 minute here till the market opens, 45 seconds. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I think the best thing to do after a big move like this up is just to kind of really be patient and let that market tell us where it's going to go. Let's let that market just be like, oh, we have to trade this, right? Like the market's moving 9:30. Here we go. It is time to party. Let's see what happens here. That 13,300 area is sitting on the Nasdaq all the way up there still. And here we go. It's open. It's open, baby. Looking here at the book map right now, liquidity wise, all that liquidity still up there at the 13,300 area. So we're going to lose that support there at the 70s now. There we go. Through the 70s already, down there to the 60s quickly. That 60 on the book map right now there. Will we touch 60s flat and or possibly break through 60? Maybe down to the 57s next here. Market pulling back here through the almost 65s getting tapped right there. Got that pivot point on the Nasdaq down there, 244 pivot point now. So some wild moves here. Market up, market down. That 285 area, we'll see what happens. That 285 there on the Nasdaq right now. Got stuck right there again. If we get over 285, we'll probably run to the 300s, but right now, definitely looking a little heavy there. Need to get over this 285 area for the bulls, but right now stuck right below there, so they're still kind of shorting. Looking for a possible pullback through that 70 area here. $70 right now holding up there. Through the 70s now, down there 66s, 65s again. I think we'll sell through the 60s here. That liquidity down there at the 60s right now is sitting there. So let's see if we're going to tap 60s here or not. Definitely just still kind of sitting on the sidelines here. Market right now just chopping here at open. Overall, still looking a little bit bearish, like it wants to pull back here more. We'd like to see that 60 area get tapped. There we go, through the 65s now. Can we tap 60s here? Tappity tappity, 63, 64s right now. Let's tap that 60 flat. 62, 63, come on, 60s. All right, you're right there. Just do it. All that liquidity is sitting there at the 60s still. Trying to get this breakthrough 60 here right now. Currently short. Trying to get this breakthrough 60. Stop at the 270 here. Let's get this breakthrough 60s. 64. I'm getting out right there. I like how it's not breaking 60 there. So starting to look like it wants to push back up here. Just chopping around here. We just got to give it more time. It's still fucking like now it's back to the 60s there. The chop is real right now. Let this chop figure out which way it wants to go. And there we go. Tapping 60s now. $55s on the book map there. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Back up there to the 21s right now. On the 1 minute chart. Look at that rip back up there. We got this resistance there at the 84s now. Need to get through that for the bulls here. Right now it's just resistance sitting there. So we get through that 84 level, try to rally up there to the 300s. All that liquidity still sitting there, 13,300 right now on the NQ. And we're right there at the 21 EMA right now on the 3 minute chart. And pushing it above it on the 1 minute chart. Bunch of liquidity sitting there, 280s right now. And trying to get this. We need this break all the way to the 260s clean. $255s again, sitting there on the book map right now. I think we fucking A, 60 right now. Let's just no real move yet. Just being patient. That 60 area sitting there, the 280 area sitting there on the Nasdaq, the ES also just kind of chopping right now here at this level. The ES has that pivot point at the 88.75. So 88.75 for that ES pivot point there. The market chopping around here at the 260s on the Nasdaq. Just waiting for that clear action. MACD looking like doo-doo right now. MACD looking doo-doo-y. Right now, holding that 260 area here on the Nasdaq. 260's holding. That pivot point on the ES just popped us back up. Need to get this break. For the longs, for the bulls, you want to get that break over the 285, 284 area there. And then try to get that push up there towards the 300s. Would be what you're kind of looking for here. Getting tight right there at the 21 EMA right now. There's no real move yet. Just being patient. Remember, we're just basically in this channel right here, so let it do its thing, and then we capitalize when it breaks out. And testing that 280 top of that channel again here. We got the MACD bullish on the 1 minute chart. Bunch of liquidity sitting there at 280 right now. So just watching to see what happens here at 280. We break through that 280 area. Should be able to try to retest that high from the overnight. Trying to take out that 280 liquidity there. 284, 85 area. Resistance right now on that channel. On the Nasdaq here, the ES. Trying to push up here as well. The ES got that 94, 95 area resistance. For that downward trend on the ES right now. You see ES basically pushing back up to that downward trend here. Nasdaq, very similar setup here as well. Need to get over that 85 level. You can see here on the 15-minute chart that 85's right there. The high of that last candle, 85.50 there. Market showing some strength here. Getting tighter and tighter at that 280 area. See if we get this push through the 80s now, but still just getting tapped there. Need to break through 80, 90 on the book map here. 90s up there, and then 300s on the Nasdaq right now. Want to see a big move to the upside, big boner candle to the upside here for the bulls to get in control. But right now, having trouble there again at the 80s. It's like a make or break moment here to get this breakout, or we're going to break back down. Getting real tight here. Back below the 21 EMA now. Do we sell down here finally? Market just cannot make up its mind. The chop is very real right now, just consolidating here. You know, that big move up, consolidating now, so. Still holding there at the 73s. Trying to push through this 80 area now. I got that book map looking like possible. Push up there to the 300s if we can just break through 85, 90 here next. Getting tighter and tighter here. Here we go. Can we push through the 90s now? Oh, chopped it back down. Come on. Oh. Dollar selling off here. Need to get through this 90 area quickly. Come on, just go right through 90 and go to the 300s. If we're going to do it, let's do something here. There we go. Tap in almost 90s now. Trying to get through that 90 level. A lot of liquidity there. And then you got that 300 area up there next. Can we push all the way through the 300s? This question here. 90s, tapping 90s there. We got that high from the overnight up there around that 1300 area, 99 basically. So bunch of liquidity sitting there right now at the 300s. Does it got more room to run? Do we got more room to run here? Up there, the 93s, 94s. Currently long, looking for this push up here through the 95s. Up there, the 95s now, beautiful. 98 high there. Can we push all the way through that 98s next? Looking for this push up. Why's he got to do this? Trying to get this push up here. Got that 98 sitting there. I'm just looking to see if we can't get this squeeze all the way through there now. Need to try to push through that 98 level right to the 300s. We're either going to break it or we're going to get denied here. Let's see. We get double top. We don't want that double top. We want to get right through this. Need a boner candle here. Liquidity sitting there, 91s, trying to hold us down. We either got to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Took some partials right there on that little pullback. Now getting stuck. There's that dump. Just got stuck right there at the 95s again. You see this Nasdaq's gonna just chop us back down here. It pulled right back down there to the 21 EMA and a little pushback up here. Got that 90 area. Just a lot of liquidity sitting here. Obviously that overnight high. So, or the pre-market high, overnight high, pre-market high, same thing, right? That was, I think, the issue with us getting stuck right there was the QQQ basically right there at that pivot point got denied. So that was that drop back down here. See, they're going to push this through still. The algorithm's running the market right now, baby. If you guys have already hit that like button, help me out. Blow up that like button. Currently need to get back above this 90 level for the bulls to try to push this through the 300s next. On the Nasdaq right now, you can see this push back up there to the 90 area. We need the bulls to... You don't want to get stuck here. We want to get pushing right through for the longs. If you're long right now, you obviously don't want this thing getting double topped here. It's getting very close to kind of double topping. So got to be careful here. We need more. We would just need like explosion through that 90 area, like sooner than later is what I'd want to see. I don't want to keep sitting here below 90. I want to get back above 90 like right now, basically, for the bulls. So getting stuck there at the 90s, so we don't want to see. Sage calling for the 55 drop. Wowzers. All the way back to 55, Sage? Seems a little drastic there on the ES, ain't it? Right now on the ES, liquidity-wise, got a bunch of liquidity there at the 86s on the SPX. What's that price on the ES? Need more roosters. In Q, still all that liquidity at the 300s here. The ES right now bouncing off that pivot point there at the 188.75. 188.75 on the ES right now. Trying to hold that pivot point there. The Nasdaq consolidating here at the 21 EMA. We got the MACD being bearish right now, so the chop is real. Right now, the QQQ sitting there at the VWAP right now. QQQ, VWAP. The VWAP down there at the 254s on the Nasdaq. So 254 VWAP getting denied up there at the top. I'm thinking there's a good chance we see that VWAP area. That support there at the 260s. We break through the 260s, touch that VWAP, and we got the pivot point down there at the 44s. Pivot point at the 44s here. Do we sell through 60s and then touch that VWAP? This is exactly what we didn't want to see for the bulls. You didn't want to see that getting stuck right there below that 290 area. That was not a good sign for the bulls there. So now through the 60s and then touching the VWAP here. Wowzers. Let's go, baby. Currently short, looking for this move down to the 46s here. Or I'm going to take it right there at 250 just to lock it in. It's probably going to hit. Yeah, there it is. Look, it hit fucking 246. Ah, yeah, son of a bitch. Let's go. Sage calling out that move. Thank you, Sage. You're so beautiful, Sage. I don't even know what you look like, but you're beautiful either way. You gotta love it. What live stream has, you know, one guy being the stock market announcer and then the other guy over here just the sage of the market. Sage of the market. So down there to the VWAP, through the VWAP now here on the Nasdaq. That was what we were looking for, that break through the VWAP, all the way down there to that pivot point there at the 44s. 44 pivot point down there. We tapped it beautifully on the Nasdaq here. That's what we were looking for, that short through there. So Sage calling that out before the move happened. We love you, Sage. We love you. Everybody just, we love you. We love you. We love you. You're the best. We love you. Also, right now on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, we're doing a giveaway. 2 Topstep accounts on Twitter for the giveaway. If you guys want to check it out, you know, there's a link there. So I'll put that link right there. Doing the giveaway today, probably. We'll do it at 12 o'clock Eastern. So you got 2 hours to go enter that if you want to check it out. Giving away 2 Topstep accounts. 2 Topstep accounts today. For free. For free, baby. So now we're right there below the VWAP here on the Nasdaq. Where do we go next? The $1 million question. Just need Sage to tell us. Sage, where do we go next? What do we do here? 244's pivot point there. Market looking dumpy right now. Down there through the 40s again. We bounced right off that 320 pivot point, 320.02 pivot point on the QQQs here. Are we going to fill this gap on the QQQ? The $1 million question. We talked about that gap fill earlier. The possibility of filling that gap on the QQQ today. That'll be that 318 area on the QQQ. That'll be down to the Nasdaq would be getting us down to the close yesterday. Be down there like 200 flat, kind of 96s. Got the short signal there from the 77s, now down there to the 40s. Little 30-point move there. The dollar popping back up right now. The ES, the Nasdaq, all selling off right here. She's just selling. Got the 30s on the book map now. 30s on the book map here for the Nasdaq. Tapping 35s there. It just keeps on going. Down there to the 30s now. Let's go. Oh. It just I think there's a gap fill chance here, my friend. That gap is just sitting down there. Look at it. Gap fill Philly gap. It's a Philly gap. Oh, down there to the 22s now. We're just sell here. Magnus, nice work. $3,000 on the day. Step 2 of the combine. You're killing it, my friend. Look at this down there. The 217s now still going. Ay, 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 papi. It's just going. Talk about a short opportunity there from the 70s earlier. We saw there on the Lux Algo indicator, getting that breakdown there from the 77s now down there to the 22s for a 50 handle move. Kuzma completing his step 1 today. Let's go. Everybody getting that money, 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 money. Ryan, $2,800. Look at I love that everyone's making money and then they're like, I'm done. I love it. I love to see that. Nothing better than seeing everybody making money and then just walking away. I mean, it's what? 30 minutes? 30 minutes of work, $2,800? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. I like making that easy money, baby. Don't make it hard. Let's make that easy money. I want my money easy. You know? Give me that easy money. I don't want that hard money. I want that easy money. Look at this thing. Down there to the 204s now. We're still going. Let's go. Can't stop, won't stop, I think is what they say. Can't stop, we won't stop. We pretty much, we're almost filling that gap here. 319, 318 area on the QQQs here. We got that next pivot on the Nasdaq all the way down there to the 60s. But I'm thinking now that we filled that gap, basically, 194, we'll see what happens here now. That was a big old, look at that thing just straight down here. Straight down selling. That double top confirmed. Triple, quadruple top up there at the 90s confirmed. And then sell, 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 baby. You gotta love it. Little pushback up here on the book map. That 320, that 222. Look at that 22250 area sitting there. 222.50. And the market bouncing back up here. Bruce Brown making $2,000 a day. Adrian, $320. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. And there's that pushback up there. 222.50 right now. 222.50. That's 100 contracts sitting there on the book right now for the Nasdaq. Getting that dump back down here. Looks like 210s on the book map now. Possibly get touched there. There we go. Touching that 210 area now. Beautiful. You love to see it. You just love to see it, my friends. That 222 area is sitting there right now. Will we sell? Will we break through there? Push back up to the 230s here on the Nasdaq. Little bounce back, little dead cat bounce, looking like it. 222s tapping again. And then after that, the 230 area up there. And trying to tap 222s. You got to break through that 222 area. Try to get this reversal off the bottom. Beautiful. And there it is through 222 now. Back up there. That was a big move down. You gotta think, well, on a big move down like that, you gotta expect some type of pushback up. You know, going from the 280s down there to the 200s, 80-point drop. Even if we're still bearish, you gotta think that we gotta get some type of pushback up. The shorts are gonna start, you know, having to cover, taking profit. Even if the market can go lower, it's still just like the shorts at some point, they're not gonna get too greedy, right? Like they're not gonna, like, if you shorted up here at the 80s and you get down to the 200s and you didn't take profit, like, come on. You got to think about, like, who didn't take profit for 80 points on the Nasdaq here? Same thing with the ES. I mean, if you shorted at the 90s and you got that all the way down there to the 70s, like, who's not going to take profit on that short? Come on. And I saw Sage in the chat also talking about getting covered down there, so who's not going to get covered? You know, who's not? That's what you got to think about. Like, you get a big 10-point move, 20-point move, like, shorts are going to cover. They're going to take profit. And then it just kind of ends up being a race, right? Like, who's going to be the last person holding the short? Who's going to be the last person holding the bag, basically, is the question. Nobody wants to be that guy. Like we talked about before, we talk about this all the time. Like, you're going to be late to the party, you're going to be early to the party. Nobody wants to be early to the party, right? You want to show up right when the music's bumping, everyone's dancing. That's when you want to show up. You want to party, you want to walk in, bing, 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 party, party, make some money, and then you want to get the fuck out of there. Yeah, baby. I think I'm going to break. I think Twitter might break. All because of me. There's so much action on that post. It's crazy. The giveaway post right now. I got, yeah, I think it's blow it up right now. 216 retweets. I'm coming back. I was down. I lost like 200 followers on Twitter over the weekend after my little fucking argument with everybody on Twitter. And now we're right back, baby. You can't keep me down. You can't keep me down. What's going to happen here? What do you think, Sage? What are we looking at? Possible double bottom, push back up here, or are we going to go lower? We got that pivot point down there at the 161s. I would like Caleb said, I would like to see that push back up there to that 21 EMA, get denied. If we get pushed back up to the VWAP, that would be, I would love that actually. We push back up into here for a short opportunity. The liquidity right now up there, still above us. Most liquidity above us here on the Nasdaq. So kind of looking like she wants to pushy, a little pushy here on the old Nasdaq right now. Oh yeah, pushy up there to the possible 30 push here. Get above that 30 area, then you got like 45. That test of the VWAP possible 250 area on this. Got to get above that 30 area, obviously. $227 there on the book map right now. Then that 30 area right now sitting heavy there. So you're thinking we try to test this 30 area here on the Nasdaq now. 25 sitting there. It's kind of a tricky spot right here. Possible like double bottom on this retracement back up. But I mean, double top and double bottom. So double top, double bottom here possible. So the nice thing is if you didn't make money on that big move down, well, then the best thing to do right now is just sit on your hands and wait for another good setup, because that was the setup of the morning so far, that big move down. So don't miss out on the big move, right? And the big easy move, and then sit here and try to force trades to make money after you FOMO. You know, you're like, you missed out on that big move, and all you're thinking about is like, fuck, now I got to make money. And I know that mindset, right? You missed out on that big move down, and then you're just sitting there and you're like, well, now I've got to do something, right? Keep that emotion out of it. No FOMO, no emotion about missing a move. If you miss the move down, well, then you just wait, right? That's all you got to do now. You just wait for the next setup here. The roosters are crowing. Good morning from Vietnam. Let's go. We're worldwide, baby. Market sitting there, just kind of chopping here, 212, 215 area. We haven't filled that gap all the way on the QQQ here yet, so. What will they do here? Getting real tight here, real tight. All that liquidity sitting up there at the 30s now. VWAP and that pivot point. VWAP at the 48s, pivot point at the 40s here on the Nasdaq now. So if we can get through that 25, I think we'll go 30s and then try to push up there towards that pivot point there at the 40s. Ugh. Right now there on the Nasdaq, that 30 area, not a lot of liquidity sitting there above us right now on the ES. You got some liquidity at the 85s there, but other than that, not like, I guess, yeah, 85s sitting there. So right now above the point of control there on the ES. So 85 area on the ES, kind of interesting looking liquidity wise. And then on the Nasdaq here above the 30s would be interesting. And then that 240 area being that pivot point on the Nasdaq here. And still getting stuck there right below the 21 EMA right now. Dollar selling off right now. Got a iceberg right there at the 17s. Just one contract so far filled. And now basically just chopping here. Consolidating, going sideways after that big move down. Will we get the pushback up or the leg down? Definitely looking very bearish here on the multiple time frames. You can see on the 3-minute chart, bear flag here. So get this kind of breakdown here. A little bear flaggy there. And then you got that pivot point all the way down there at the 160s. On the ES right now, I got that pivot point down there at the 68s. Still sitting there, that point of control on the ES right now at the 80s. The Nasdaq liquidity down to the downside, and then obviously liquidity there at the 227s as well still. So kind of a mixed signal here. Well, that chop is real right now. Just getting tighter and tighter inside of that triangle or flag or whatever you want to call it here. Getting tighter and tighter there. Should get a move here. All right, we almost kind of. Need to lose that 319.40 area on the QQQ right now, just sitting there support wise. So we got to get through that. All that liquidity right now on the Nasdaq down there at the 202s, but there's also that 25 area sitting there. So we need to start moving towards that liquidity either direction. Looking, we might break down here. 319, losing that 319.40 area on the Nasdaq on the QQQ here. And then we get through that, we can try to fill that gap all the way. That would be down there to like the 319, 318, 90 area here on the QQQ now. To fill that gap all the way. And that would be, we're, like I said, looking at yesterday's close there at the 91. So kind of into this area here on the chart right now, on the 15-minute chart. You're thinking this 80 to 90 area, pulling back into there. Gap was not filled all the way yet. 318.90 area for the QQQ to fill the gap all the way. There we go, through the 200s, down there to the 90s possible here. Need to get this breakthrough 200 quickly. We don't want to get stuck there. There we go, tapping 200s now. Let's go, 95s. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Down there to the 95s now. This is exactly what we were looking for. This move down there through the 200s now. Looking to get filled down here. Currently short. Looking for this move down through the 90s. Oh, there we go. Did I get filled? Oh, I'm lagging. Now I'm filled. Down there to the 90s. Somebody said they were buying. Who said that? Why would you say that? Come on. Don't go do that. Don't go do that to me. The chat indicator never loses. The chat indicator never loses. Somebody said they're buying. Bam, baby. The market just gets murdered. I love you guys. It happens to the best of us. You know, it happens to the best of us. Trust me. Hey, there you go. Look at that. Drew this. When we were here at the 220s, we were looking for that move down here into the 80s, and there we are, down to the 80s now. Beautiful move here. Bang, 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 baby. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Christopher Watson, he's done. He's got his bag. That's the problem, is everyone makes so much money here in the first hour, then they just walk away. Like, I guess we only need to stream for an hour a day, and then we're done. You guys are making more money than me right now. What the hell is going on? I gotta step up my game. I gotta step it up. You guys are motivating me. You're putting the pressure on for me to make something happen here. Just want to give a big thank you for everyone tuning in again today. We got pretty much 2,330 people watching right now. We're breaking records, putting out the quality content, showing you guys what we're doing here every day. We got Sage in the chat. We got the whole community making things happen. That's the goal here, is to make money, do it consistently, and just keep coming back every day. The market is literally an ATM, my friends, an ATM. Just, you got to know when to withdraw the money. That's all it comes down to. Knowing when to hit the withdrawal button and then walk away. And that's exactly what people are doing today. So happy to see it. And there, look at that. We're still going lower. Down there are the 68s now. Wowzers. The dump is very, very real here. That pivot point there at the 60s now. We consolidated, got the breakdown there, down there to the 67s now. Yeah, gotta love it. Love to see it, love to see it. See if we get a little pushback up here, some relief after that big sell-off. And then see what happens from there. Pretty big move down here. Remember, these big moves down, they got to consolidate or kind of push back up for a little bit, and then don't just think the market's going to go straight, just fucking down, down, down nonstop. You're going to get little pushes back up. You're going to get drops and pops and pops and drops. Pops and drops. If you think about that, pops and drops. Constantly just getting pops and drops. Drops and pops. Pops and drops. Like that. Hot pops. Hot pockets. Right now, the market trying to push back up here. Off that bottom down there. Is the bottom in? Let's see. Got that pivot point still down there at the 161 area on the Nasdaq here. Right now, the 70s trying to hold up here. Oh, talk about some sell pressure. It's still going. Can't stop, won't stop. Holy shit. What a wild move right now. The dump is real, my friends. The dump is very, very real here. So hitting that pivot point now, 161 pivot point touch. We basically filled the gap now. But will we actually, I mean, at some point, I think we're going to try to bounce back up here a little bit, but what a sell-off here. Anybody still short from earlier? Holy guacamole, that would have been a move from the 220s all the way down there to the 160s now. Congratulations if you got that whole move there. You're the MVP of the day. MVP, baby. The Nasdaq at the pivot as well here. Right now on the book map, that 70 area sitting there, and then after that 75s. Bunch of liquidity down there at the 50s on the Nasdaq here. We're right there at that pivot point now. Did we start to push back up? The $1 million question. Ugh. Christian, $1,200 on step one, done. Let's go, baby. Everybody getting it done today. Step one, step two. If you guys want to learn more about Topstep, Topstep's offering 25% discount right now on the Combine just until Wednesday. You've got till Wednesday to get that 25% discount, and then after that, who knows what's going to happen. That's for the entirety of the Combine as well. So if you want to learn more, link in the chat. Market trying to push back up here. UC Martino, just keep trading. Don't worry about the profit target, my friend. Just focus on the trades. Don't sit there and go, I'm $1,200 away from the max. Just say, hey, wait for the next setup. Don't worry about the target. Just fucking trade the action, my friend. That's the worst thing that you can do when you're doing the evaluation, doing the combines. If you sit there and you're like so focused on like hitting a profit target, like just trade. That's all you got to do. Trade the action. Don't focus on the targets. There's more setups coming, but the last thing you want to do is sit there and like only focus on the targets. A lot of people, they get like within $100, $200 from the profit target, and then they end up blowing up because mentally they just like so focused on that target. Just like, why? Don't focus on it. That's not, that target is there, but like it's doesn't matter. All that matters is taking the good setups. Wait for the right setups, take the good setups. You don't need to sit there and be like, oh my God, I have to make $500 more or I'm going to lose. Like, no, like you just wait for the setups. Right now, holding there at the pivot point. Below that, the next pivot point's down there at the 104s. That's a lot of selling pressure here on the 15-minute chart. We've just been going down, down, down. Let's see if we're going to try to get some relief here. I mean, that's literally just a massive sell-off since the 300s this morning. The ES right there at that pivot point as well. ES, Nasdaq, both at the pivot points. After that big move down here. Got that 21 EMA up there at the 84s now. 84, 21 EMA. And then the VWAP all the way up there, the 240s, 238 area on the NASDAQ here. Big drop there. The ES and the NASDAQ both bouncing off that pivot point down there. on the book map right now. You got that point of control there at the 170s, and then you got 185 up there, possibly push up there 190 again. Got the 21 EMA on the 3-minute chart all the way up there, the 216s. 216 being that 21 EMA here. We got a big old fair value gap on the 15-minute chart here. Possibly like push back up into that 189.90 level on the 15-minute chart here. Try to fill some of that imbalance on the way down. It's a pretty big move. Like I said, pretty big move down. You expect like some type of pushback up, you know, it's kind of a normal thing to expect a pushback up here. So that 91 level is sitting there right now. Can they push it into the 80s is the million-dollar question next. On the book map right now, a bunch of liquidity sitting there at the 77s, holding us down there. But will that act as a magnet and try to push up there into the 80s next? All that liquidity still up there, 13,200 now on the book map here. So over 180. Maybe try to push back up there and test that 200 area again. 90s, 200s here. Looking to see if we can get this push back into the 80s here. Right now, tapping 75s. The liquidity coming there at the 75s. Will it push all the way through 80s next? Need like a boner candle through the 80s here. You can see they're absorbing that 75 level. Somebody's buying there at 75 right now, absorbing that. Need to push through 80s strong right here. This reversal off the bottom here. And now getting stuck there at 75s. Trying to push. Got that 21 EMA on the 3-minute chart all the way up there above the 200. We're about to tap it on the 180 area here on the 1-minute chart now. We bounced right off that pivot point up there to the 80s. Pivot points love to be touched. Touch my pivot point. Up there to the 80s now, 79s pushing. Need more boners to the upside through here. Up there to the 81s. I really do love the fact that somebody in the chat was like, all right, it's time to get long. We filled the gap. And then a minute late, like literally 30 seconds later, the market drops 80 points. You gotta love it. When that one person in the chat is like, all right, I'm getting long. And it's like, just the market knows. It just fucking knows. It's like, hey, all right, it's time. It's time to fucking plummet. And hey, it happens to the best of us. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying it's kind of ironic that the very second that somebody says it's time to get long is when the market just fucking crushes them. That's what the market does. We talked about it before. The market loves to like basically think that make you think that we're going to push back up. And then guess what? It's just boom, denied. And I think, you think about it, the reason that we got denied or the reason that we dropped like that is because people are getting long here. People are like, okay, I'm going to get long here. They're getting long. And then all these stops get activated. This is a stop, This is just all the stops getting ran there. I mean, you can see like on that 1 minute chart, that candle right here, this is, I would say basically, if let's say you got long here at the 200 area, if you got long like right here, well, where's your stop at? Where's your stop? If you got long here on this consolidation, your stop, everyone's stop's going to be what? Right here. So, I mean, there's no secret to look at that. I mean, that little candle right here kind of bounced right off that low of this candle. And then this next candle, it was just a waterfall because everyone's getting stopped out there. I mean, that's 100%. It's not even that I'm sitting here in hindsight, but it's just kind of explaining why we get these moves the way we do. We consolidated from 10 o'clock till about 10:20, 20 minutes of going sideways there. People are like, okay, the bottom's in. We filled the gap. Everyone's loading up right there, thinking we're going to break back to the upside here. And then we tap that low right here. That's a low of day. And then once we broke the low of day, it's like, it's a race. Everyone's racing to get out of their longs at that point. And it's just a waterfall. So if you think about it, I mean, I'm not that I had this thought process in the moment, but I mean, this really, like, if you can play into this, if you can see this type of action in the sense of like, if you think people are getting long here, and you're waiting for that short opportunity and you're like, hey, if we break this low here, if we break below that low on this candle, then that's where I want to be shorting. Because guess what? You just added so much pressure. All these shorts, I mean, all these longs right there are now getting stopped out. You got shorts adding there. I mean, it's like just a perfect storm to get that move down, right? Like that's literally perfect storm for a setup here to basically get that big move that you're looking for. And that all plays into like the human interaction, so think about it like that. It's kind of like we always try to think about like, where are those stops going to be sitting at? Where's there a reason, or where is there a place on the chart for the market to basically accelerate? And look at this pushback up now, up there to the 90s. Let's go, baby. I took a long from the what was that? From the 63s, took profit for that pushback up into the 80s, 83s. And there we are back in the 90s now. We bounced right off that pivot point. So I was like, well, we're bouncing off that pivot point there. Let's think about this. I need to change these lines. It's a rated Jesus baby. Have I just be lonely? And here we are back above the 21 EMA, pushing back up there to the 92s, right into that fair value gap. This is exactly what we talked about happening, that push back up into that 90 area now. So you can see on the book map that 13,200 area has been sitting there pretty much. That 13,200 area has been sitting there since we bottomed out there. So kind of interesting to see here on the book map. You got that liquidity. Remember, we were down here at the 60s. We had this iceberg buyers sitting there. And we saw that 13,200 area sitting pretty heavy. Was it a coincidence? Was it luck? What was it? I think, you have to be aware of where that liquidity is, because that's kind of telling you that there's a good chance we kind of push back up. That all that liquidity sitting there at the 13,200 area kind of just ends up acting as a magnet. And you can see they actually ended up pulling that liquidity. It's gone now. Well, it's kind of back now, but they took it out. So interesting. I don't know if they moved down here. They might have moved down to 95, but in general, still like interesting to look at. I know it's not as easy to like see on the chart there, but something to think about. It's funny, like looking at the Nasdaq book map versus the ES here, you can see how much cleaner, and I mean the ES is literally just like perfectly moving, and then you look at the Nasdaq and it's like all over the place. Looks very ADD. I would say the Nasdaq's ADD, and then the ES is very just relaxed. How did I long at the 63s? 63 on the Nasdaq, bro. Come on. Ryan from the futures. If you're from the future, you would have known that. Right there, buddy. 63 long. Come on. You know I'm trading the Nasdaq here. And there's that pushback up there into the 80s, so no speech time. Like, guys, like, I don't know, like, why? I know you all want me to fucking go on a tirade and, like, start ranting, but, like, why would you want that, Leo? Come on, man. Support the process, bro. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better person here. Don't feed into it, you know? I try to help me out here. If you guys are gonna, like, if you're gonna fuck with me in the chat, even the members, then I'm not ever gonna look at the chat. Like, I'm trying to be a part of it, so. Come on, support me, bro. I'm like a fucking alcoholic, bro. I need support. I don't need people saying, "Hey, here comes a rant." 2 more comments. I'm literally an alcoholic, you know? I'm addicted to the fucking drama and rants and bullshit. Like, I'm trying to get rid of that stuff, bro. I know you think you're being funny, but like it's not funny. Right now, the 21 EMA there at the 83s. Do I need a hug? No, I don't need a fucking hug. I just need people to not try to fucking troll me. Got the VWAP up there at the 236s. Ugh. So right now, pushing back up into that fair value gap here on the 15-minute chart. I'm still like just kind of being patient here, not really seeing anything that like jumps out at me. What we want to see now is like on this setup here, we got this little trend line set up here. The problem is if we get this short signal to the downside, the only thing I'd be worried about getting that short signal is we got that pivot point there again. It's like, obviously in hindsight right now, look at this thing, you're like, holy shit, look at this move from the 295s. What's amazing is we were sitting there like that 290 area. We knew that that 290 area did not break. I mean, not that I never expect anything, but like that move alone, like, come on. It's almost like if you didn't capitalize on this move right here, it's like, is there even a point in making another trade of this? Like, it's almost better to just live in agony and pain and be like, well, I missed out on 2 really amazing moves here. Is this next move gonna get another 60-point move to the downside here? That's the question now. I don't know. We push back up into that fair value gap here. And once again, bouncing off that pivot point there, 61 pivot point, we just bounce right off there. If we sell down from there, you got that next pivot point all the way to 103s. Like I said, Not super excited about getting short down here, and that was that little rip back up there. Possible like double bottom forming right now on the 1 minute chart. Let's see what happens here. If we're going to hold that pivot point there at the 61s. This is exactly, literally, it's funny because we just talked about this exact thing happening here actually. Basically like that idea of not getting short right here because we could bounce quickly off of that pivot point, and look what we just did. Bounced right back up there, 20 points. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out, blow up that like button. It's free to like. We're going to be doing the giveaway here on Twitter in about an hour. Giving away 2 Topstep accounts. 2 Topstep accounts. Hit me up on Twitter right now. Let's go, baby. There's a link there in the chat. If you don't have a Twitter, sorry about you. It's just a Twitter giveaway today. We'll do a giveaway here in the chat in the future. So look at that move, baby. Look at that move here. This is exactly what we did not, well, we didn't want to be shorting down here, afraid of this exact move happening, bouncing back up off of the 60s there, 61 pivot point. We're ripping it back up there now. Man, you gotta, oh, I think about it like that. That gap fill, I should have just, oh. I gotta trust these. It's not that I don't trust it, but I gotta, like, it's so fucking, it's hard. It's hard to like really, I don't know, capitalize sometimes off these gap fills. The full gap fill, like it's almost like you don't want to like be overly like confident that it's gonna fill the gap because you don't want to like, you know, end up not taking profit. But fuck, I mean, that was from the 300s down there to the 160s, over 140 points. I mean, it's 100 points basically that you could have easily tapped into there. So it's definitely a battle. You know, we knew that gap fill was very possible today. It's just like trying to convince yourself to hold for that whole move down. It's hard. Hard to get that, hard to have that confidence to get that full move to the downside on those gap fills. But we definitely, we filled the gap there almost, I mean, spot on. You can see here a QQQ filling that gap today. We talked about this idea pre-market, and look at that. I mean, it was just textbook gap fill there. Insane move. I mean, we literally just got murdered to the downside filling that gap there. So congratulations if you got the full gap fill, because you are MVP, baby. MVP here. Winning is winning, I agree, but still, I think it's just, this is a great example of leaving a runner, right? When you know that gap fill is there, leaving one or two contracts on there. That way you just, at the end of it, it's like an emotional thing too, because at least you're like, if you have one runner and you get that full move and you're like, hey, look, you know, I took profit. I had one runner left. I let it ride. I got the full gap fill. That just like builds up that confidence in the overall strategy there. So I think that's a great, maybe a new plan that I need to work on in the future. Just when we know that gap fill is there, it's like, I gotta make sure I'm getting that full gap fill. DK, you're blocked. I don't know. I think I blocked a bunch of people at one point. Just over the weekend. I don't know. Where were we arguing? What was the issue? Did we have an issue over the weekend? Still holding their pivot points. The QQQ pivot point holding. The ES pivot point holding. The Nasdaq pivot point holding. Those pivot points all holding down there right now. So possible bottom here. We filled the gap. We got the pivot point support. We'll see what happens. Now it's just a waiting game, which is a waiting game of kind of waiting to see what happens next here. We had that big move down. Everything now is just basically a gamble trying to figure out which way we're going to go. It's just being patient at this point. Wait for some key levels, you know, to get touched here. Like, I think for the longs, you're looking for like a push back up there above that. I'd say like 13,000. Like, you want to regain that 13,200 area for the longs. And then like for the shorts, you'd want to get below the VWAP here. So there's a lot of kind of battle here, both long and short, where like it could go either way. This thing could pop up here, the 200s. It could drop to the 60s again. It's a battle. What time am I trading toward? I'm just kind of I don't really have any time limit. I got nowhere to be, nothing to do, baby. 190 there on the book map, sitting there right now on the Nasdaq here. And then after that, there's, yeah, not much going on above us right here. That 187, 190 level sitting there. Market trying to show some strength here to push back up there. That current high there was 94, so about another 10-point move up from this 84 area. Yeah, the VWAP's up here at the 229s on the Nasdaq. QQQ's got to get over that 319 area. Getting tighter and tighter right here at the 80s. Let's see if we're going to get this break to the upside here through that 90 area and then try to push up there towards the 200s. There's that push up there to the 90s. I like to see possible 200 retest here. Get that push back up there towards that 200 area and then see what happens from there. We got the pivot points. I mean, pivot point all the way up there. Not much really going on. 229, 229 on the VWAP now. On the Nasdaq here. On the book map, bunch of liquidity at the 200s. You got 75, 76 level there on the ES now. Need that 94 area to break here, obviously, on the Nasdaq next. And then 97s right now on the book map there. 97 area. If you guys want to learn more about Topstep and what's going on, Topstep's got the 3 multiplier, the 3 account multiplier now. You can trade up to 3 express funded accounts at one time with the trade copier and all that fun stuff. They got 25% off going on right now. So if you guys want to learn more, let me, we'll check out the link there in the, yeah, in the chat. You need the QQQ to push through that 319 area right now. Getting stuck there. Kind of getting stuck at this level. We need to either squeezy, or we're going to be in trouble. Need to push here through that 90 area. 95's there. Having trouble right now, but if we can hold this 75, we're kind of, it's kind of a little bit of a double top there on the 1 minute chart right now. How's it gonna be? Still holding up their 75s right now. I think as long as you can hold 75s, possibly try to push back up here. So watch 75s here. Got to hold 75 here, basically the bottom of that range there on the 15-minute chart. If we lose 75, then we might start moving back down here now. Oh, they're holding the 75 right now. Holding the 75 here. A little bit of a choppy zone here. But still holding 75 there. Back up there to the 85s now. Got to get this pushed through the 90s next. Bulls need to push here. They get stuck at 90 again, it'd be trouble. But there's that push back up there towards the 90s now from the 75s. And there we go. Beautiful. Let's go all the way through the 90s here. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. You got that 200 area up there. 13,200 here on the book map now. Need to get through that 94, 95 level and then try to test that 200 next. 75's held perfectly there. $319 right now on the QQQ acting as resistance. Get through that 319 level. Then you got that 319.40 area from earlier, which was support. So we got to push through here if we're going to try to bull out. Right now, getting stuck there again at the 90s. Trouble at the 90s again. And then again, remember that 75 level down there. So if we lose 75s, I think we'll test that pivot point again. Let's see. And trying to test that 75 level. MACD not looking too hot right now. There we go, through the 75s. Will we test the 60 again? The directions for the Twitter giveaway are on Twitter, by the way. Be doing the giveaway here at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock Eastern. The roosters are crowing. Down there, that 75 level. Liquidity stacked up there in the 70s right now. There's that iceberg seller still down there in the 57, sitting down there. So we held 75s there again. Roosters are crowing. Uh-oh. Do they know something I don't know? What do those roosters know that I don't know? What if I just bring the rooster inside and put him on my desk? We talk to him. Do an interview with the rooster. Mr. Rooster, how do you know when the market's going to go up or go down? What indicator do you use? Mr. Rooster, what indicator do you use? What concepts are you using? What concepts does a rooster trade with? Tell us. And now we're just chopping here. I was getting excited for a possible just like break to the downside here and then get that move down again, but right now, just in consolidation mode here. And look at this thing, just fucking chop city here. Up, down, all around here, holding that low again. The roosters are crowing. They're playing games with it down there. Look at that. Pushing up into that fair value gap here on the 15-minute chart again towards that 200 level on the Nasdaq now. Book map 13,200 sitting there. Just holding that pivot point right now, kind of like a triple bottom down here on the ES. So what does that mean for us? Do we go back up here on the ES towards that 80 level? Right now the Nasdaq just getting stuck there at the 95s. We basically need to clear out that 200 level here for the longs, and then you're looking for like a pushback up there, possibly into this area next. But right now that 200 area holding down the Nasdaq, the QQQ stuck there right below 319 right now. So we've now gone sideways for pretty much the last hour here. Putting in higher lows right now, but it's not really moving here. Need to get through that 75 level here for possible short back down there to the pivot point, but right now bunch of liquidity sitting there holding it up at 75s. Looks like it's getting tighter and tighter here. That 95 level, get above that 95 level, maybe push back up there to the VWAP again. We're getting tighter and tighter, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, but just tighter and tighter at that 95 level. So possibly squeeze back up there towards that VWAP area, 227 now. That would be the high of this kind of range as well. That 319 area on the QQQ just sitting there holding it down. Once again, denied there at the 95s. And now we go nowhere. Looking here at the 15-minute chart, I think if we lose that 75 level, it might be a short for the move down here, but as long as we hold 75s, still kind of holding up there. That 319 area there on the QQQ needing to break through there, and then that VWAP on the QQQ at the 319.60 at the 319.60 area there. The ES pulling back there to that pivot point right now. Getting kind of funny. The ES is kind of putting in lower highs, moving down. The Nasdaq's doing the opposite, moving up here. So what will happen next? What do you guys think? Predict the future. Predict the future here, somebody. Like I said, getting those higher lows, the opposite to the ES right now. If the ES can get above that 72, maybe starts pushing back up here. You got the VWAP on the E. Where's the VWAP on the ES right now? Oh, I still alive. Oh, I still alive. VWAP on the ES is up at the 180s. Looking a little troublesome here. Looking a little troublesome here. Nasdaq, ES breaking down through that, about to break the low of day possible here on the ES right now, 67 low of day. The Nasdaq also kind of setting up for that breakdown here. If we lose that 75 area, I think we'll see that 60s again. New members, let's go. William, Jag, welcome to the party, baby. that 75 area just holding up support right now. Through that, you got the 70s down there next, and then liquidity down there at the 50s. So will that 50 area get touched next here on the book map? All the way down there, 70 contracts at 50, 13,150 down there. Let's see, through the 75s here. The ES still hasn't broke the low, just kind of sitting there right now at the low of day on the ES. That 15-minute chart looking like it wants to break to the downside, get down there to the 60s again on the Nasdaq right now. Like I said, the ES kind of holding right there. If the ES sells through the low, I think we'll lose the support here on the Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq trying to lose that 70 area. Get down there into the 50s. Right now, a bunch of liquidity out the 60 area on the Nasdaq here. So get through that 70 area, tap 60s, and then you got 50 down there next. There's a hourly pivot point on the Nasdaq down there at the 120s to think about. That 160 pivot, and then after that, you got the pivot down there, 120, 100 area. The ES holding up there right now, 68s. Bunch of liquidity just came back in on the book map here on the Nasdaq at the 200s again. Like I said, this is definitely just a hard area here. It's either we're selling down, or I mean, obviously we're either selling going up or down, but just not a clear, like, easy move right here. The ES pushing back up here, the Nasdaq pushing back up. Dollar kind of selling off here. Fuck. This consolidation zone's murdering right now. Murdering the fun. Killing our fun right now. This is going on now for about an hour. We're just going sideways here on the ES and on the Nasdaq. One hour of nothingness, of just going sideways here. Look at the 1 minute chart. Just do. 13,200 sitting up there heavy on the book map right now on the Nasdaq here. Looking like a magnet, just like just sitting there heavy. 13,200 here. The ES holding the lows, the Nasdaq holding the lows here. Do we finally get this push back up, or are we going to chop even longer? Oh, man. It's hard going from getting that big move, 100 points, and then all of a sudden just not moving again. That's trading. That's the trading, my friends. Just when it's hot, we capitalize. When it's not, we just don't do anything. Come on, do something. Do something already. Just fucking move. Hard to make money when the market's moving fucking 5 points, 2 points, 3 points. The ES breaking out of that downward trend right now. The ES just broke out there. Possibly see what happens here if we're going to try to push back up 76, 75 level on the ES now, but still just chopping there. The Nasdaq holding up there again, kind of in that 70 level, holding the lows there. Right there, that pivot point at the 60s holding up there support-wise. Hey, Carl Johnson, let's go. Market looking like it wants to kind of push back up there. $200 on the book map, looking heavy right now. We'll get through that 200 area, see what happens after that. The VWAP up there towards the 220s. ES now pushing up there towards that 75 level. We talked about that a couple minutes ago. Right now, just stuck here in this range. No movement. Can't go up, can't go down. Gotta love it. The ES try to push up there 75 now, over 75. You got that next kind of area up there towards the 80s if they can get through that 75, 76 level there. And pulling back here. Just got denied. Once again, they're at that 95, 96 level here on the Nasdaq. So let's see what happens here if we're going to put in that lower high here in the 85 area. Welcome to the party, everybody. New members. Thank you. Thank you. Thing unpredictable, but in the end is right. Oh! Little poppy. Little poppy. Poppy. This thing's getting really tight here. It's getting real tight right now. That 319 area here on the Qs, we just get through that 319 area, I'd say we pop to the upside here, but it's getting real tight right now. Market just in a standstill right now. Standstill right here. The ES trying to push through. The Nasdaq just literally stuck here at the 95s. The ES trying to push through to the upside. The Nasdaq just real tight right here. Got all that liquidity at the 200 area. Will that be a magnet and just absorb the price? Just pushed up there. It's 135 contracts, which is a lot of contracts for the Nasdaq to be sitting there. 134 on the at the 13,200. VWAP on the Nasdaq up there at the 224s. Something's got to give here. Something's got to give. Somebody got to do something. Somebody got to do something here. Got denied there at the 95s again. That 319 area on the Q is like literally just a fucking brick wall right now. Brick wall of China. China wall here. China wall. Great wall of China at the 319 area on the QQQ right now. That 13,200 area on the Nasdaq. Just a brick wall. We ran into it, what, how many times now? Too many times. The book map shows all the contracts. Yep. Every platform. It's not reading platforms. It's reading the actual data coming from the exchange. And here we go. Down to the 60s, dumping right now. Wow. It's a dumper. See if we get this break through the 60s next. 56s. Got that 50 area. Remember that 13,150 area we saw there earlier? Both the Nasdaq and the ES giving it up there. The ES just dumping back down. I think the dollar just rallied to the moon. Maybe somebody's speaking. Something's going on right now. But there we are down there below the pivot now. The next question is, do we move down to That hourly pivot. There's an hourly pivot at the 120s. I'm thinking possible 120 area here if we keep selling. $316.85 pivot on the QQQs here as well down there. So the QQQ bouncing off that 318. I gotta go to the bathroom. Real back. Be right back. BRB. Oh, wow. Off the 50s, right back up there now. How did we bounce back so strong there? Was it a trap? Was that a trap? Somebody must be speaking or something. There must be like something going on right now. They ripped it right back up there. They're on the ES now. That 3-minute candle. Was that a trap? Was that a trap? Trapping both ways. Trapping the longs and the shorts there. Oh, just come on. Just do something. Go up, go down, make a move. What the fuck, man? Quite the joke right now. This price action is total shit. Goes up, it goes down, it pops up, it goes down, it pops. How? PD Money's driving around making money. BT. What in the world is gonna happen here? What is gonna happen here? We're gonna go up, we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down, we're gonna go sideways, maybe up, inside, maybe sideways, and then circle around again. Maybe do just one big circle here. Fugazi, fugazi, a wazi, a woozy. What in the fuck? It's a fugazi, it's fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy. It's literally what this is right now. Point of control there at the 70s. That 13,200 area is still sitting up there on the book map right now for the Nasdaq. Will we seek and destroy? Seek and destroy again. The 15-minute chart looking real not pretty right now. 15-minute chart just looking like poo-poo on a platter. Poo-poo platter. You guys like poo-poo platter? Get to order the poo-poo platter from the Nasdaq today. All types of different little treats there for you. Little poo-poo. It's just, I mean, that's why I said earlier, we had this big move down, expected consolidation, and that's exactly what we're doing now. So I don't, it's not that I don't know why I'm surprised or why I have any type of belief or anything at this point. So all we can do now is just sit back and wait and watch. I mean, that's literally all we can do. There's nothing other than that. Right now, getting stuck there below the 21 EMA. Got the pivot point down there at the 61. Dollar popping back up here now. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out. Maybe if we get enough likes on the stream, the market will make a move finally. But right now, just sitting here. It don't want to go up. It don't want to go down. Just wants to sit here. One hour, almost an hour and a half now of just absolutely sideways action here. It's working. We hit the more likes. The market's actually, no, it moved for a second. Get more like. We need more likes. It needed more likes. More likes. That pivot point there, 60s, holding up. The dollar popping back up here. Oh, man. Ah, it's getting a little bored here. A little boring. If I start making Indian noises, you know, it's a little boring. Somebody, yeah, somebody yell. Someone say in the chat that they're getting long at the pivot, and we drop another 100 points. Come on, do it for the team. Somebody do it. Somebody do it. I want to see somebody in the chat. Just, oh, it's time to get long, and then whee, 100 points down. Fuck me. Why? It's, I mean, I don't, it's nothing. The red dotted line? No, that's just the trend. New subscriber, if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button, you know what to do, baby. We're live on YouTube every day, 9:15 a.m. I can't make the market move, guys. I wish I could. I apologize for the market not moving. I called the market. I said, hey, can you do something? And it said, nope, fuck you. So, yeah, I apologize. I wish I could make it move, but it just don't want to move right now. Market don't want to move. Nothing we can do about it. I know I thought I had more clout too, but I'm learning that the market don't care how many YouTube subscribers you have or Twitter followers. That's the issue. They don't care. Market don't care. If you guys want, we got the giveaway on Twitter for the Topstep accounts. There's a link there in the chat box. PD Money, it's fucking dark out still, bro. It's only 6 a.m. here in Hawaii. It's hard to go surfing in the dark. I'm gonna do the Twitter winners in 2 minutes. So you got 2 minutes here. If you guys want, link there in the chat box right now for the Twitter contest giveaway. Giving away 2 Topstep accounts. Let me know in the tweeters. Oh my gosh, this market. Like, it's fucked. It's absolutely fucked right now. What is this, almost? Yeah, I'm going on about 2 hours now, just not moving here. I mean, I would say that since we're holding this pivot point, we're going to push back up there. But I'm not going to jinx it. Definitely, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but just sitting there right now at that pivot point on the ES and the Nasdaq here. So All right, all right. Let's do the Twitter giveaway while we wait for the market to do something, I guess. We wait for the market to do something. We'll do the Twitter giveaway. All right, all right. How are we going to... Oh, there's so many. So many. All right. Ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum-bum. All right, Twitter giveaway here. Twitter. Winner from retweet of tweet. Link of tweet. There we go. Link of twink. Nope. All right. I think we're good to go. Oh, fuck. I got to log in? Oh, no. Let me just see if I can just start it. First, press the button, get Twitter data. Oh, get Twitter data. Please log in. Now I got to log in? Oh, God. Hold on. Are you? Fuck, this market is insanity right now. Now it's going to pop while we're doing this Twitter giveaway. Fuck me, what am I doing? Fucking Twitter giveaway right now. Just gonna go run up 15 points while we're doing this fucking around this Twitter giveaway. Perfect. Perfect, thank you. Just perfect. All right, I think we can do it now. Twitter giveaway, here we go. Get Twitter data. We're doing 2 accounts, so we got 2 accounts to give away here. We got already, here we go. Starting. Hashim Ramil, the winner. Take a screenshot of that for the winner here. We got 1 more to go. 1 more. Pick another winner. Here we go. Oh, yep. And the second winner is Steezer05. There we go. 2 winners. All random for the winners here. Congratulations. And right now, market trying to push back up here. Still holding that pivot point. Like I said, kind of thinking if we hold that pivot point long enough that we push back up here, but the fuck do I know? We literally ripped right back up there off the 60s, now into the 70s here. All right, all right. Giveaway winner is announced. We'll do more giveaways this week. We can actually, yeah, we'll do a couple more giveaways this week. Just stay tuned. Stick around. Maybe tomorrow we'll do another giveaway here this week. So just keep on watching. The best thing you can do is just keep on watching, my friends. And the market's still just fucking chopping here. Free Bronco next. Yeah, I'm gonna give away my Bronco. I'm over it. Ugh. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. How much to get a rooster to Ohio? I don't know. If you guys haven't hit that like button, do me a favor, blow up that like button. Appreciate it. It's free to like. Support the stream. Market right now back above the 21 EMA here on the 1 minute chart. Dude, I mean, we're just fucking grinding right now. So I'm not too enthusiastic about really doing anything at this point. So I might just go and take a nap. Come back maybe for the afternoon session, but right now from 12 o'clock till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I might just continue to just do what it's doing. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave. If I leave now, the market will go up, right? I'll do it for you guys. So I will I'll sacrifice myself for you guys. I'll sacrifice myself for you. I'll leave the book map open for Sage to keep on talking. Put it on the ES here. And you guys can keep an eye on the markets. I think I'm done for the day. Take my profit. Pretty mellow day. Nothing too crazy. $880 in the 2 express funded accounts. So $1,600 total. Really just not too crazy. Definitely gave back some profit fucking around with this area down here for the last hour. So it's time for me to walk away. I definitely don't want to go. I don't want to give back any more profit and just walk away there. My goal is to hopefully I can, by the end of this week, so Monday, Tuesday, by the end of this week, I'll have 5 green days, hopefully, with the express funded accounts, and then I can do a payout from those new express funded accounts. And I think that would be a good video to make for the YouTube. Be like, hey, look, I got funded with Topstep after 8 days in the express funded account. I then traded for 5 days and then I got paid out. So that's the challenge. How many other YouTubers are going through step 2 in 3 days and then getting funded and then taking a payout within 5 days? So we'll see what happens. I love to see that there's a lot of people in the chat making lots of money today. So congratulations to everybody in the chat making so much money today. Hey, there's nothing better, right? Nothing better than seeing the team winning. So I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous that Tech made 4,500. Nope, not jealous at all. Not jealous. A little bit, just a little bit jealous, but not a lot, but kind of, just a little bit. The day is not over. I've got a lot. I think maybe hopefully this afternoon we'll get some better action and I'll be able to put some more green on the board. So if you made money this morning, congratulations. You got Sage calling out the ES trades right there. What was that? Where was your entry on that, Sage? Didn't even see that. I am here, he says. $72 on the ES. There are the 74s now. Sage is looking for a push up there to the... what are you looking for? What's that push? What's your target here, Sage? 75 target for the first target. Let's see if it gets... I want to... Oh, did you just get filled already? First target for Sage there. Sage called out that long from the 72s. And then second target at 77s here. So already now pushing up there on the ES right now, up there to a high so far of 76. So 77's looking very doable here. Congratulations if you grab that. Looking for 82s for target 3. So target 1 filled already. Target 2 there at 77 for Sage's entry profit target, and then 82s up there. So I'd say looking pretty good. I like that. I like that. Sage got the 77 sitting there right now on the book map, and then after that 78s, and then up there to the 80s. So nice little push up here for everybody watching. I don't have... Oh, I do have your thing pulled up, Sage. I'll look at your little indicator. I'm going to look at the Sage's little indicator. Sage had the signal right here. This is the 2-minute chart for Sage's indicator, getting that long off of 72. And there's that push up there, 76s. Yeah, and then pushing up there almost to 77 for that second target already for the old Sage indicator. He's such a Sage. He's such a Sage. Sage of a guy. Right now, trying to get that push up there, 77s for that second target. Looking pretty good right now. Both the Nasdaq and the ES booming right here. I told you if I walk away, the market's going to go up. That right there should have been an alert alone. If you want to learn more about Sage's indicator, come join us in the Market Flow Trader community. We're gonna have Sage working on getting Sage doing some live call outs and stuff like that in the community. We'll see. We're working on the contract right now. I might have to pay him $1 million a year, but we'll see if he's willing to do it. $1 million per year. Sage calling out target 2 there, 77. Literally, I told you guys, I was like, if I walk away right now, this is gonna move. So it's always guaranteed. Guaranteed. Up there to the almost 200 area here on the Nasdaq now. So if we can get pushed through that 200 area, you got the VWAP up there at the 219s next. So I'd be looking for that VWAP push if we break through 200s on the Nasdaq here. And then Sage already getting filled there, 77.25 for the second target on that trade. And then he's looking for 82 next. So there it is. We're doing it live. I'm going to go and get some coffee, I think. I'm going to come back later here this afternoon, hopefully get a better PM session from 3 to 4. Sage has been waiting hours for that setup. I like it. Definitely had the Patrick Wieland breakout set up there, that's for sure. You gotta love it. Two great minds think alike. It's like Starsky and Hutch. Who's Batman and Robin Hood? I'm not sure if I'm Robin or if Sage is Robin. I'm gonna think that I'm Batman, because Robin was like obviously the guy that, like, you know, he kind of had shit going on. He had shit going on, you know. So maybe Sage is Robin Hood. Is Robin? I'm Batman for sure. You know, because Batman really wasn't that good. Like, Batman was Batman, but like without Robin, he was nobody. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna give Sage the title of Robin here. SpongeBob and Patrick. No. Definitely not that. Come on. Sage is Alfred. Okay. Okay, I like that too. Sage's Alfred. Sage has got all the fun tools, the fun gadgets. He's got the gadgets. I see. So on Sage's indicator here, you got the 75 print right there, 75 long above the EMA there, and then now up there to the 90s. I actually took this trade as well. I'm long from the 75, 76s. It's funny because I got like the same signal set up there for my long on the Nasdaq. You guys got there on the ES. So see if we get this push up there above the 200s. I'm kind of letting this thing ride. I'm like, fuck it at this point. We get this push up there. I'm trying to look for a possible push up there here, end of day, maybe 220, 230 area. So at this point, we're break even, letting it ride, baby. I'm just gonna walk away and just let that bitch ride. So let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Full port, baby, let it ride. If you want to find the indicator, come join us in the Market Flow Trader community. We're gonna have Sage doing a full breakdown, everything in the stuff there. So Robin Hood, Sage is Robin. He wants to be Robin Hood. That's a different movie, bro. I can't be Batman and you be Robin Hood. You got to be Robin. Can't be, you know, like, you know, I can't be can't have Batman and Robin Hood. Sage is on fire. He's drunk with power right now. He's drunk with power. Drunk with power. All right, I'm gonna go and, like I said, we get a little break from this and then try to come back later for the PM session. Right now, market pulling back here, getting stuck there again at the kind of 78, 79 level. Market needs that 319 area on the QQQ right now is just a brick wall. An absolute brick wall on the QQQ there at 319. So I come back and Sage bans me from my own live stream. Takes over the YouTube. All right, I'll leave the book map open with the ES here for you guys. So congratulations if you made a bunch of money today. Congratulations. What a time to be alive. Free live stream. Guys, there's live streams or there's chat rooms, Discords that are out there that are charging people thousands of dollars to get the info that you're getting right here free on, well, I guess it's $5 a month. I'm sorry, $5 a month to be a member, but there are other chat rooms and other people out there that are doing what we're doing for thousands and thousands of dollars. So make sure you understand what you're getting here. Hit that subscribe button now. Hit that like button. We need 1,000 likes here on the stream. Come on. Come on. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. for Wild Wednesdays. Wacky Wild Wednesdays. Hopefully not wacky. Hopefully just wild. Let's get rid of the wacky. Let's just get one big wild move. I mean, today was pretty... Honestly, that first 30 minutes was the call. You could have traded that first 30 minutes and then just fucking walked away, took your money, and been done. So, you know, that first 30 minutes today definitely paid out big. And then after that, it was just another reason to show people that you don't need to trade all day long. You just trade the first, action, you get to make the money, then you walk away, baby. Like Sage said, there's no reason to stick around. If you make your profit, you just walk away, you come back the next day, you do it again, over and over and over, repeating the process. The problem is when you sit here and you stare at the charts too long, you try to force trade, you try to get in, get out, scalping and doing stupid stuff, that's when you end up losing money, because it's too difficult trying to like pick every little move here, there, do, you know, like it's just better to walk away sometimes. Take your $1,000, take your $500, your $100, whatever it is. Remember, at the end of the day, if you make $100 in the market, you're beating 90% of day traders. I want you guys to really beat that into your head. I want you to accept that. I want you to love it. I want you to own it. Own that fact. Be like, hey, I made $100 a day and I fucking made more money than 90% of the day traders out there. And that's not me like just like blowing smoke up your ass. That's literally a fact. 90% of day traders lose money. Consistently, they lose money. So if you're making them $100, $50, $20, you're just not losing money. You're still winning. You're beating the odds. So just keep doing what you're doing. Look for consistency. Look to just focus on the process. It's not a race. There is no race. It's not about trying to make more money every day than somebody else or anything like that. Like at the end of the day, it's just about being consistent, showing up, looking for the opportunities. There's always going to be more opportunities to come. There will always be more opportunities to come. Like 100%, at the end of the day, there will be more trades to come. The worst thing you can do is sit here and try to force trades and try to make something happen when nothing's happening. You saw how easy it was to make money this morning. It was easy. The market just, it just sold. Easy money. The problem is if you sit here and you try to trade this crap when the market's going sideways for 2 hours, you're going to just blow a brain cell. You're going to end up going on tilt. You're going to end up getting chopped up. You're going to end up losing money. So don't do it. Stay out of it. Just be happy. I'm telling you, that's one thing that I've learned over 7 years. I mean, the only reason I'm still here right now is because we're still doing a live stream. But, you know, if it was a normal day and I wasn't doing live streams, I would have walked away after that first 30 minutes, 100%. So think about that. Remember that. Really kind of put that in your head. That what you're doing is you're finding success, doing successful things by controlling your risk, by walking away. Walking away is literally winning. If you're in the green and you walk away, you're winning. You're not walking away from, you're not missing out. You're taking your profit and you're walking away. If you do that every day and you realize that profit, you tell yourself, like, hey, I'm consistently making this small, even if it's a small amount of money. Like people get so caught up in this idea of like, oh, I need to make $10,000 per day. You know, I need to make all this money because there's a guy on YouTube that does it. There's this other person that does it. It doesn't matter. All you know is that what you put in your bank account. Put that money in your bank account and don't worry about somebody else's bank account because you have no idea what they're actually doing. You don't know if that guy on YouTube's actually making money. You don't know if the guy on Twitter that's posting P&Ls that is, oh, I made $100,000 a day. Like who actually knows what if it's real or not? All you can do is put the money in your bank account. And I'm telling you, like I tell people all the time, $100 a day can change your life if you do it consistently. Because you think about it, a lot of people are totally fine losing $200, $300 per day. They're losing that consistently. They're losing $100 per day. So if you could just make $100 per day and do that for an entire year, it'll change your life. It'll change everything because it's an experience. The more and more experience you get with day trading, that's where you're going to get to. You got to get that experience though. And the worst thing you can do as a day trader is keep losing money consistently. If you just keep losing money, you're never going to like be able to get over that hump because you're mentally just always trying to make back that profit. So if you're red on the year right now, if you're having problems with making money, consistency and all that, like just forget about the bullshit. Every day it's a new day. Every day your P&L starts at zero. Think about that. Every single day, my friends, your P&L is zero. It doesn't matter if you made $10,000 a day before. It doesn't matter if you make $5,000 or you lost money. Every day is a brand new day. Every day is zero. You start at zero again. I think about that a lot, actually. I'm like, fuck, like, you know, I made a bunch of money yesterday. I did really good yesterday, but today is a new day. And if I fuck up, if I go on tilt, if I blow up my account today, it doesn't matter what I did yesterday. All that matters is today. What's my P&L today? So there it is. Whew. Just want you guys to you know, to be proud, to be happy, to be confident, be working towards that goal of consistency. Just that's the biggest thing when it comes to trading. Just being consistent, showing up every day, doing what you need to do. Go to bed at the right time. Go to the gym. Are you sad? Are you depressed? Go to the gym. Do stuff outside of trading to help your trading. You know, if all you're thinking about, you're stressing about the money, you're stressing about, oh my God, I got to make this money. I got to pass the combine. I got to do this. You're putting all this pressure on yourself. It don't matter. Just put up $100 a day, $50 a day. Trade the micros. Trade one contract. Put $20 in your account every day. Make $20 a day. And then it's a process. Like, make that small amount of money consistently, and then you size up. If you can make $20 a day every day for a month straight, trading one contract, well, guess what? All you need to do now is trade 2 contracts, and you're making $40 a day. You do that for a month. Then what do? You trade 4 contracts. You're making $80 a day. And you do that consistently. You can just continue to scale up, work on your setup, work on your process, and you'll get to that point where you're making $10,000 a day. But if you don't put in the work, you don't put in the effort, you don't sit here and go through it and control your emotion, control your discipline, you have to be disciplined. The best day traders in the world are the most disciplined day traders. They're the guys who are taking the least amount of trades. The people in the chat that are constantly like, I'm getting long, I'm getting short, I'm getting long. Like, they're calling out those trades. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like, those are the people that are losing money. The guy earlier that was like, I'm getting long here, the market can't go lower. And then bam, it drops 100 points. I mean, it happens to all of us. Trust me, I'm not like calling him out and hating about it, but it's like, if you're constantly just trying to like make a trade because you're sitting here and you're bored and you're like, I gotta make a trade. That's the worst thing you can do, because mentally, emotionally, it just ruins everything. It ruins the process. If you're not trading your setups, you're just trading randomly, you're never gonna learn. You're never gonna become a better day trader. You've got to get consistent with just even losing, being consistently having the same amount of losers. Like, if you're going to lose $1,000 a day, well, you better be making $3,000 a day. So if you're not making $3,000 a day, there is no reason for you to ever lose $1,000 a day. So think about that. Your risk reward should always be 3 to 1. That's your goal, 3 to 1 risk reward. So if you're losing $1,000 a day, you should be thinking like, what's your biggest profit day recently? If you haven't made over $500 a day before, then there's no reason to lose $500. Like, think about it like that. Your maximum loss should be based on what your normal profit is. It's not based on what you can afford to lose. Your max loss on the day is what you're making. If you're continuously making $100 a day, well, then your maximum loss should never be, max should be over $100. There's no reason to lose more than you could possibly make. And I see a lot of day traders do this, where they're like, they make $100, $200, and then they lose $1,000. Like, there's zero reason for doing that. And if you do that, that's just emotion. That's all that is. It's just pure emotion and FOMO and issues with emotion and not discipline. So there's my rant of the day. Hopefully that gets you motivated to think about that. If you're only making $200, $300 on your best days, if your best profit day ever is $500, but your biggest losers are fucking $1,000, you're doing something wrong, my friends. You're doing something very, very wrong. I'm still long here, looking for this push up there through the 13,200 area. I want to see that VWAP touch. Looking for 13,220 here on the Nasdaq. So let's see. Right now, trying to get this push through the 95s. Like I said, I got my stop basically at break even at this point. So just letting it ride there. I'm going to go to the fucking coffee shop. Give me a little coffee. Well, not even coffee. Go down to the grocery store. Get me coffee. Not that I need. I just drank 300 milligrams of caffeine already. I'm already jacked to the tits here, but why not? I got to get away from the computer, because sometimes these are the best trades where you just walk away. You set your target and you're like, I'm walking away. I'm not going to sit here and stare at it, because if I sit here and stare at it, I'm going to be like, oh my God, look, it's pulling back. I'm going to get out. And then an hour from now, it'll be at 240. So I'm in at a good trade. I got a good setup. We got the plan. Let it ride, baby. Walk away. Come back later, cash in my profits, or we're stopped out. We'll find out. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. If you enjoyed the stream, please come back. Keep watching. We're going to only get bigger and better and bigger and better and better. I'm here. I'm focused. I'm laser focused on making sure that what we're putting out is the highest quality content here on YouTube. That's my thing, is like, before I was like so wrapped up in this idea of trying to like prove everybody else wrong. I'm like, I'm going to talk shit on everybody else. I was just sitting here like, let me talk shit on everybody else, instead of just being like, hey, why? All I got to do is just show up every day and show people. Are people like that? You can talk all day, talk, or you can fucking show up and walk. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to walk, baby. I'm going to show you guys exactly why I think we put out the best product, why this is the best YouTube channel. And I'm not even going to talk about it. We're going to show up and do it every day. So if you guys enjoy the stream, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys later on. All right, I'll leave the book map open, and hopefully Sage will call out some more banger trades for you guys. Peace to the Middle East.